Good evening, everyone. My name is Tammy Capone. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Thank you for taking the time to join me live tonight, and I'm really excited to show you a stamp set, and it's the designer series paper using the Friendly Hello. It's a free Sale-A-Bration set. So I am just waiting for some more people to come live before I show more about the product. But if you're joining me live tonight and you could comment, like, share my post, that would really greatly help my business and getting my business out there more to more viewership. And also at the end, after my video, I do a live drawing for the card that we're making tonight, and then I send that to you if you win the drawing. Hi Tara, thank you for joining me tonight. There we go. I can see your comments. Alright, so this is the card that we're going to be making tonight, and it is a fun fold. And again, it's using the free Sale-A-Bration products. So you have until February 28th to order any order, and if you do increments of $50 or $100 orders, then there's free products in the Sale-A-Bration catalog that you can earn for free. Who doesn't love free products? Everybody does. So this was a really fun set that I have had a lot of fun playing with for the last several days. Alright, so it is on page 12 and 13 of the Sale-A-Bration catalog. This is with a $100 order. You can earn this set for free. So you get all of this beautiful designer series paper, and you get the stamp set. And this stamp set is just the stamps. You don't get dies or punches or anything else with it. So I'm going to show you really quickly the designer series paper. So it's double-sided. You get 12 sheets. You get 2 sheets of each one. So this is one side. I love this blue. It's called Pool Party, and I think that's really a pretty color with these flowers and these birds. Very spring. And there's the Fresh Freesia, the purple. And then we've got, it's called Blushing Bride. So it's like almost like a really light peach, light pinky color. It's really pretty. So this is the one that we're going to be working with tonight. I'm going to show you how to use the stamps to stamp on this paper. So this one's got all the flowers on there. It's all done in white, which is really pretty. And then we've got the green, which is called Apple Granny Green, and it's got a lot of floral in the leaves on there. So this is definitely a bigger print than some of what you've seen. And then this, again, is the Blushing Bride, and it's got the flowers on there already stamped for you. So I'm going to show you the other side. So we've got the Fresh Freesia with all the white little speckles. So if you don't want to use the, the floral side, you can definitely use the other side. And this is really fun and pretty print. And I just love how it's all just spring colors. It's definitely something we need right now with all the snow that we've gotten. So this is all the little dots. And I'll show you a card that I actually use with this one. I actually used up some of my scraps and then just designed this card. That's all this is. So I've used the little polka dots right there as a scrap that I had. And then there's more of the Blushing Bride with the little branches. There's more of this is the Granny Apple Green with all the leaves. And I had fun making this card with that. Did a little robin with the leaves sitting on a branch with the butterflies for a birthday card. So this could be sent to a guy or a girl. And then again, we got the Pool Party with the flowers all done in white. And that's it. So that is the free Sale-A-Bration paper that you can earn. The samples are really, really pretty as well, using the flowers and the birds on there as well. If you need a catalog, I have a bunch of these catalogs still. I'll be happy to send them to you. If you need one, just let me know. Again, I want to thank you for joining me live tonight, or if you're watching the replay, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch, what I'm doing. Alright, so tonight we're going to be doing a fun fold, and I'm going to be doing everything so you can kind of see how easy and simple it is to do the fun fold. So this is the outside of it, and then when you open it up, you've got the inside. So we're going to be doing the inside and the outside of the card. So I have Blushing Bride, and I've already trimmed this down. So I'll tell you what the measurements are for that. So this is 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. So I've already trimmed this down. A normal size is 8 1/2, so I took off an inch. So it's 7 1/2 by 4 1/4. So we're going to use our trimmer, and we're going to score it at 2 inches. So when you get your Stampin' Up trimmer, it's going to come with 2 different blades. One is a cutting blade, and then the other one is a scoring blade. So we're going to use our scoring blade to score it at 2 inches. Hi Amber. Hi Janice. So we're going to score that. And as you can see, it did a little score. That's exactly what I needed. I'm going to use my bone folder, and I am going to fold it over. And I'm just going to make my crease a little bit stronger. So we want to make sure it's pretty flat. Alright, so again, we scored it at 2 1/2. So the whole sheet is 7 1/2 by 4 1/4. We scored it at 2 inches, and then we fold it over. So that's the base of our card. So I've already trimmed this down to 4 1/4 by 5. So this is going to be the inside piece that we're going to put inside. And then I also have this, which is at 4 inches by 1 3/4 wide. But I'm not going to glue these down yet, because as I said at the beginning of the show, we're going to be stamping those. So let's get our stamp set out. And we're going to be using the flowers first. Grab a block. So we'll put that on a block, and we're going to be using our black Memento ink. So this doesn't perfectly match up, but it's pretty close on the paper. So we're actually just going to be stamping more so around the edging than the middle, because we're going to have a piece of paper covering up the middle, so the middle doesn't really matter. But I thought it looked kind of sharp having the black stamped flowers, and we're going to do a little bit of the leaves. So I thought that was kind of sharp, so that's what we're doing. So again, we're not focusing so much on the middle, we're just focusing on the outside. So I'm just kind of lining up my stamps with some of the flowers that are on my paper. Make sure you have a scrap piece underneath there, because you're going to have some of your stamped image coming off of your paper. Alright, so you're just going to keep flipping and turning it, and you're just going to kind of line up as best as you can. And as you can see, there's a lot of flowers overlapping. So I'm going to focus on this flower right here and kind of go sideways. And I'm just doing the best that I can. Actually, it looks like it's going to line up better this way, so let's do that. We're going to turn this around, stamp there, let's get that inked up a little. So I'm lining it up with these 2 flowers right here. If it's not perfect, that's okay. That's the beauty of stamping and having everything homemade. Alright, so let's do some more towards the bottom. I'm leaving a little bit of spaces because I'm going to take my leaf and I'm actually going to go and fill in some of the outside gap a little bit. Alright, so I think that looks good for now. So let's get our leaves. So with this set, you've got the 2 flowers, we've got the 2 larger leaves. So this would be a 2-step stamping where you would do your black for the definition and then go over in a color on top. So those 2 that you only get one of the small leaves. So you've got the flowers. So we're going to be using this leaf now, and we're also going to be stamping in black. I just wanted to point out the sentiment because I want you guys to help me out. We're going to do a little bit of poll. Since this is the card that we're giving away, I want you guys to decide what you guys want the sentiment to be. So when I made my card, I was making up a bunch of get well cards, feel better friends. So that's what I chose to use for this card. So we could, if you wanted, we could do feel better friend, and then the other 2 sentiments that I thought you guys could choose from is thanks. So we've got feel better friend, and then we also have on this friendly hello stamp set is hope you have the best birthday. So we could do birthday, a get well, or a thank you card. So let's take a poll and see what you guys decide, what you guys would like to use for your sentiment on this card. So again, we've got the hope you have the best birthday, and then we also have you have my love and support. So that's great for someone who's, you know, going through a really discouraging time and you want to encourage and uplift them. That would be an absolutely fantastic sentiment. So we're deciding on birthday, get well, or a thank you card tonight. I'll scroll back through the comments and see what the most voted sentiment was. So we're going to ink up our leaves, and we're going to use this to kind of fill in the outside spaces a little bit, and it's not going to line up with anything, and that's totally cool. Again, we're making it look like our own. Let's do it here. And I don't want it to be too busy, so I'm trying to leave a little bit of space open. So I'm lining up the bottom of my stem with the flower a little bit. You know what? Let's have a little bit of the stem coming up like that. That would look kind of cool. I think I'm going to do that here as well. Alright, perfect. So again, I didn't do all of the outside, fill in all the spaces. We kind of want to have a little bit open and a little bit stamped. But if you want to stamp the whole thing, go right ahead. Oh, and you know what? We got to do our other piece as well. So again, this is 1 3/4 by 4. Set that aside. Alright, so I'm just going to do a small little one up in the corner so it's not too busy. And then we will do our leaf as well. So far we have our birthday and a love and support. So we need someone to be a tiebreaker. Alright, so there is a leaf up there, and I think I'm going to do, how about one coming in from the side there, and we'll do right in the middle, I think. Perfect. Alright, so what do you think? I think it looks great. So let's get our black ink set aside for now so we don't have to worry about getting anything on our project. And we're going to glue these down. So we're going to glue our 4 by 5 1/4 in the inside. So I like using my liquid Tombow glue. It's perfect for when you're gluing down your papers. You've got that mobility of being able to move it around just like I am. So I get it exactly where I want it to be. So I'm kind of eyeballing to give it that little bit of a mat around the outside. And I'm going to do the same thing with the front because I'm all done with that. Alright, so I see Amber and Tara are still on. And so we have to come up with a tie. So I think what I'm going to do is come up with a number from 1 to 5. And we will see which one of you guys is the closest. So just give me a second to think. Okay, I got my number. So Tara and Amber, if you want to jump on and do a number, between 1 and 5. And we'll see who is the closest. Alright, so I am going to use my ruler and tell you what the dimensions are for the white piece is 4 inches by 3 1/4. And then my outside piece is going to be a quarter larger. So it's 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. And I actually did 2 pieces. So, oh, Tara, I picked 2. So, Tara, you are the winner. So, we are going to go with a birthday card. Alright, so I had to do 2 white pieces and 2 black pieces. And I did both of those in the same size. Because we're going to line up our top one with our bottom one. And they're going to be, they're perfectly the same size. So, I've already cut those ahead of time. So, we're going to stamp our bird on 1. And then we're also going to do a little flower. Get a couple more blocks. So there's our bird, and then we're going to do the small little flowers. I added the little flowers to the end. So I've got the bird to the left, and then I added on the little flowers to the right side of it. And we're going to be using our black Memento ink for that as well. Ink that all up really good. So our leaves are going to be all black, but that's okay. We're going to use our markers to give them a little bit of color and color those in. So I'm kind of staying towards the middle, but up a little bit because I want to make sure I have plenty of room to put my sentiment on the bottom. And we have decided that we're going to be making this into a birthday card. Alright, so we've got our bird. He's so cute with his flowers. And now we're going to ink up the other flowers, the little one. Alright, good. I just re-inked this, so it looks like there's a lot of extra black ink down there, but it is stamping okay. Alright, so I'm going to make sure, I decided to have my leaves out on the outside. So I'm kind of making it a little bit close to the other flowers, so that it looks like it's one continuation. So that's why I've chosen to do that. Alright, so let's get out so we're going to do Hope You Have the Best Birthday. We need another block. So sometimes this one's not as long, but sometimes you get really long sentiments and they don't always line up perfectly on your block. So I'm going to show you, if you flip it upside down and lay it on your paper and then take your block and pick it right up, it will be perfectly straight. Your whole stamp will be. Alright. Perfect. I love it. Alright. Moving some of these away so I don't want them. Actually, we need the small one. We're going to ink up the corner just to put a little something on the inside. Awesome. So for the markers, I'm kind of sticking with the same color palette, which was the Blushing Bride. So I've chosen, I don't have Blushing Bride, and I believe that was one of the color blends that is not available. So I've chosen to do a light petal pink, which is pretty similar. It's pretty close. It's a little bit of a peach, but I thought it did give it a little bit of a pop. So I'm not coloring my whole flowers. I'm just kind of going over the lines on the flower. So I'm starting out with the light petal pink. When you buy your markers, you're going to get them in a 2-pack. So it's going to come in a light and it's going to come in a dark. And for $9 to get 2 markers, that's a pretty phenomenal price. When you're getting some competitors, you get 1 for $9. So it's a pretty awesome price point. Alright, so again, like I said, I'm just kind of going over the lines a little bit. Alright, let's do our other one so we don't forget. I like coloring most days. It's kind of relaxing. Alright, so now I'm going to take the dark and just kind of give it a little bit of definition. Just, again, just kind of going over the lines a little bit. Alrighty, almost done. I forgot about the middle of the flower, so I think what I'm going to do is let's get a pretty yellow. Let's do a light daffodil. We'll just color the middle. Alright, so we've got that done. We'll set that aside. Alright, let's do the Granny Apple Green, and then I'm going to show you how I did the coloring with the different definitions of the brown on the bird. That was pretty fun to do. So I've got a light Granny Apple Green, and like I said, the flowers actually mostly stamp black, but I'm just kind of going over the lines on the leaves green because I wanted to give it a little bit of color. And we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Alright, so we're done with those. Alright, so for the branch, I actually used a dark soft suede, so we're just going to do one color with that, and I'm kind of just going over the branch. When you're coloring with your Stampin' blends, you're not really pushing down as if, you know, like you would normally color. I'm kind of just dabbing a little bit and going along the lines. These are alcohol based, so they do spread a little bit on the paper with the fibers. They do spread out. So I'm just kind of going really light on the paper. And the other thing I wanted to mention is it comes with a fine point on one side and it comes with the brush. So with the bird, I'm actually going to use the brush side. And we're just going to give him a coloring, one color through the whole thing, and then we're going to take the darker color and we're going to go over the lines, and then we're also going to do the belly. So if you keep going over what you've already colored several times, it's going to continue to keep getting darker. So if you were to run out of not having a darker color of whatever color you're using, and just kept going over, he is eventually going to get a little bit darker. Alright, so we've used the light. I've got, these are both the same one. So I'm just going to go over the lines on the bird just to bring out that definition in the brown so it's not so dark black. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm using the fine point for this, and I'm just going to do a little bit of darkness on his belly. So as you can see, it looks a little funny right now. So it looks like a big blah line. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the light crumb cake. This is a dark crumb cake that I just used. We're going to take the light crumb cake and we're just going to kind of blend it in a little bit. So if you go over the line and you go over the bottom of the belly, is going to take away the line, but it's going to give it that little bit of a shadow at the bottom, as you can see. So we are all done with that. So I'm just going to move my markers out of the way so that you can see how I finish this card up. I keep my markers when I'm working on my live in this cute little recycling bin. I thought it was so cute. I use it for a trash can when I do my classes in home, which I'm hoping to be able to start doing in-home classes again soon, in the next few weeks. So I will let you know when that does happen. Alright, so as you can see, it's starting to dry a little bit. You can't really see as well the line that we did because we blended it in with the light brush. Put some glue on there. We're going to mat it in our basic black. I think that black really makes it pop, which is why I chose to do the black with this Blushing Bride. I thought it really made the whole card pop together. So, thank you, Amber. Alright, so this is going to be our inside piece. And, you know, when you find a card design that you really, really love, it's okay to make a lot of them. Yeah, I really like the layout and the look of all of this. So I made a bunch more. So I did some in a fresh freesia and did the bird gray. I should probably take it into, I didn't even color the branch on this one. So, you know, once you find the layout and the design, it's okay to make a whole bunch of them. I typically make, you know, 8 or so of them, and if it's a design that I really, really love. And then I did the same thing with the inside. So this one was already, you didn't have to stamp this one when you buy the set. Some of them already have the floral stamps. But I wanted to show you how you could stamp the background of any of the designer series paper. Okay, so let's do this. So we're going to do the top one first. So for the top one, we're not going to glue the entire thing. So we're only going to put some glue right here on the left side, right in between here. So just like that. So I just did it on the left side of my paper. And I'm going to make sure it's even on the left and on the right. Again, on the top and on the bottom. Exactly where I want it. The nice thing of using the Tombow glue is that you can kind of maneuver it around till you get it to exactly where you want it. So you could do one of two different ways. You could put this piece down first if you wanted to figure out where the middle is, and then put the glue on there and be able to line it up with this bottom piece. Or the other thing that I do is I actually just kind of line it up, as you can see I am doing right now. And I'm just folding it over and pushing it down. Because you want to make sure you can't see that bottom piece. So just like that. So there's our card. So pretty easy, fun design. And I also did our butterflies. As you can see lately, I think every week for the last several weeks, I have been doing butterflies on my cards. I really love these Brush Brass butterflies, which is in the January to June mini catalog. And if you have not been able to check that out and you need a catalog, just write me a message or send me a message on Messenger, and I'd be happy to drop off a catalog to you or get that in the mail. And that's a free gift from me, so there's no charge whatsoever for that. Alright, so I'm trying to finish up the one that I have almost used up. So there's all that's left on this one is just the big butterflies. And it also comes with little butterflies. So it comes with 2 different sizes. So let's get our big butterflies on there. Let's put one there. We'll do one towards the bottom right near our sentiment. And then I just wanted to show you a little, tip of what I do. So when you get your embellishments, it's going to come in this plastic. So there's a piece where you pull and it can slide right out. And a lot of times when I go to put it back in, I feel like it's constantly getting stuck. There's a sticker. So what I have done is I've just cut a slit on the slide so that I can, and I still keep it in the plastic. So that way when I put it in my drawer, I don't have to worry about all of my pieces going missing, all over my drawer. So I like to just slide it right out, and then I just get the pieces that I need, and then just slide it back in. It's still protected, and I can put it back in my drawer. So just a little tip of something that I do for organizing. Alright, so we've got our cute little butterflies on there. I showed you how I did the coloring with the bird, and we did a fun fold. I hope you guys really enjoyed it tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. And I see Mana's joining me. Thank you. So I'm going to put your names in on a drawing when I'm all done. And decide who is going to win this card. And I will let you know soon. I hope you guys all have a fantastic night. And we will see you.